Dear friends, Namaste one and all. Let me bring before you some facts written in this book Good Teacher by Dr. B.V. Pattabiram. The first chapter being Good Teacher. Teaching is the profession that teaches all the other professions. Once a journalist asked the great teacher, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, "Sir, you are waging a relentless struggle against the British. What would you like to be after we get independence? A minister or a prime minister?" Bal Gangadhar Tilak coolly replied, "I don't see any purpose in my becoming the minister. Instead, I would prefer to remain a teacher who can mold many young men into ministers and prime ministers. A teacher capable of producing a promising and talented youth is what I would like to be. Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya. O Lord, lead me unto light from darkness." Several intellectuals enlightened our people. They led them from the state of ignorance to the knowledge world. Knowledge imparts confidence and attitude of selfless service to an individual, says Rig Veda. Many people from foreign lands studied in our ancient universities like Takshashila and Nalanda, even from days before Christ. But our country was never internationally recognized. The main reason for that was our peoples, though having merit, lacked interest in publicizing and gaining importance for their capabilities. Their methodologies were never recorded, and hence we do not have a systematic information about our teachers and institutions. Any science or philosophy should be in the form of a good text with chronology. It should be popularized. They did not bother about making their wisdom chronologically institutionalized as a network. The foreigners started their organized school system in the 16th century, whereas we had gurukulas in ancient times. During ancient times, teaching was performed by the religious leaders and priests. Among them, ancient Indians, Chinese, and Greeks were pioneers. In India, gurus and gurukulas were known for their vast knowledge in all the faculties like medicine, engineering, astrology, and so on. Friends, let me elucidate this in a simpler form. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, one of the famous freedom fighters of India, once when asked by a reporter if he wanted to become a prime minister or a minister after we got independence, he coolly replied stating that he would rather like to become a teacher instead of becoming a prime minister. He said he wanted to become a teacher who could produce several ministers or prime ministers. He wanted to become a teacher who can take those innumerable students towards knowledge from the path of ignorance. Bal Gangadhar Tilak's words of ignorance and knowledge reminds me of those famous lines which were extracted from Rig Veda, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. O Lord, take me from the state of ignorance to the state of knowledge. Now we all know, we are all aware of the fact that many people have come from foreign lands to our land to study, to seek knowledge from the famous universities like Takshashila and Nalanda. But we were never internationally recognized. Whereas the Europeans who started their schools in 16th century have become world acclaimed. Now today when we refer to teaching methodologies, the pedagogies, the strategies that which were adopted by the greatest educators, we generally refer to people like Rousseau, Marie Montessori, but then we never discuss our ancient sages or rishis. Might be because of the fact that our people, despite having abundance of knowledge, they were never interested in publicizing their capabilities. So, the world has totally missed a lot of knowledge and wisdom in a chronological order because it was not properly documented. Now, the bottom line of this text is we should understand that any knowledge, any wisdom, any strategy, any methodology without a proper documentation will disappear. Now, we should understand that as a teacher, when we are stepping into our classroom, our world of knowledge, we should first record whatever strategies we are going to adopt. Those strategies, those techniques must be recorded so that they can be passed on to the next generations. Along with it, I also would propose that when we step out of the classroom, based on the teaching strategies, we achieve some learning outcomes. So whatever our achievements are, they too should be recorded. Without a proper documentation, the greater of the greatest tasks also will be nullified. So, dear friends, we should try to document our strategies as well as our achievements also, so that in the recent past we have discussed the scope files of students. In the same way, maybe we also can maintain a scope file, an anecdotal of a teacher along with its achievements. So dear friends, please document. Please have a proper recording of your techniques and your achievements as well, so that you can feel proud of whatever you have accomplished. Thank you. Namaste.